Hello everyone, it's Birdie here, the Recycled Hippie Chick. It's time to show you my tiny new art room. This used to be the kids' room, and it's a 12 by 11, I believe, room. And everything from my two-car garage art studio is crammed in here. I don't even know how to start. We'll just start right here at the door. I've got my traveling art case down there ready to grab and go. I have a shelf here on the wall with some of my special things in it. And then starts my cupboards. I have two white cupboards over here. And I have every square inch. I don't even know how to get in here. It's so small I can't even back up to show you. I have to back up after I get the doors open. So this one here houses things like napkins, tissue paper, things for my memory jugs, and then spare things. Spare glue, spare paint, my embosser, things like that I don't grab all the time. My tape down on the bottom. The next one, I stuck some of my special slow stitches that I just really love on the front. Inside here is my paint. So what I'll do is I'll choose a few colors that I like. I'm going to try not to make you dizzy. And I will swap them out with things sitting in this tray every once in a while. On the top shelf. And then the rest of the shelves, 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves are all of my junk journals. So I just come over here, get one I want to work in, and then they're on display when I'm not using them. Then we move on over here. In this corner, I have this is everything I use every time I sit down at my art space. So I just roll this out, roll it around where I'm working, and then play. Got cute little things in the corner here. My room mostly is decorated with my grandkids' artwork. I have a big dingle-dangle chandelier here in the corner. Another grandkids' art piece. And then I have this shelf sitting here with just things on it. Just stuff. Journals that are too big to sit in my cupboard. Little bitty books that I think are cute. Things I want to work on. Things that have to be gone through. That's what that shelf is there. Now, this table here is sticking out in the middle of the room, and this is my work table. And under it, I have books that I have a shelf stuck under the table with books I'm wanting to start. I have birds, I have cowboys, I have bunny, Easter, I have my fairy journals, I have, just different things that I'm wanting to start in little trays on this shelf that I really want to get after. And then on this end, I have my cutting area. Before we walk on around, I'll show you. I have another big cupboard here, stuffed to the top, and inside of it is more stuff. Tiny material gibbles and bits, things that, like my lace and sewing notions and, different things like that. This is all my scrapbook paper that I allowed myself to keep. These are things that are done, like tags and pockets, fun stuff that I can grab and put in my journals when I'm ready. These are all trims, lace, and different things for my slow stitching. These are all clusters that I have made and ready to go. And then just different area down here. I left it a little empty in case I needed to set anything. I'd have room and that not every single inch would be full. Over here I have my material in the corner and lace in that toolbox. I have different laces and bias tapes and things I want to use for slow stitching. I have started bringing in the bunting and hanging it up. I have probably enough little buntings out there that I have made that I can zigzag the entire ceiling of this room. This is all old scarves, trimming, different things I can use for my slow stitching. And then here, oh, isn't that tree cute? I just love this tree. Look at that little bitty nativity set in there. Yes, I know it's not Christmas, but I love Christmas, so it's just going to stay up year round. More artwork from the grandkids. Okay, so this here, behind that curtain, is more material. That whole closet is just full of material. I have a toy box in there full of material, and yeah, it's just too junky to show you. Dog area. Now I'm going to twirl around here and hope not to make you sick. Underneath here are all my magazines, just stacks and stacks of magazines that I like to look through, old free magazines that I like to pull pages out of. And then I have my little cutesy stuff that I like, just things. I have RJ over here, my stuffed ferret or whatever he is, mink, whatever. And his girlfriend, Fern, the fairy. And they have several children that have been going to be thrown away in the trash, and we have adopted them so that they could love them and keep them safe. Some of them we had to give eyes because they had no eyes. Some of them have no fur left, but they're still so lovable. We have Kermit the Frog back there and Mr. Sock Monkey, who had an amputation and we had to sew his leg back on. It's not as long as the other leg, but he's so happy to be a part of our family. Then we go up on this shelf, and it's just stuff that I love, just stuff that I want to keep. And then we move over to well, no wonder I'm not zoomed out. This little, I don't know what you call it, buffet is full of all of my beads, buttons, and jewelry stuff. Not that I'm making jewelry, it's that I rip the jewelry apart and use it for my dingle dangles and stuff. So everything is in these drawers and cupboards that I can just pull out and use to make dingle dangles for my journals and stuff. I was going to allow myself, look, my maiden name is Long. It's called Amy's Long Night. Isn't that precious? I was just going to allow myself to keep one jar of beads and one jar of buttons. But when I sat them up here, I thought, why not? Why not keep them? They're beautiful, right? These are my prompt sticks over here. And just beads and jelly print stuff and just everything a girl dreams of. And then, of course, I have some of my cicada shell collection up here on the top. I have what I kept of my mom's Cupid doll collection over here in the corner. Now this corner I'm not real happy with yet, but I'll get there. I need more light in this room, and there was already a hook in the ceiling, so I stuck that hanging lamp up there. But I have this box of more pretty stuff here, and it blocks my view. And so that does not bring me joy. So I have to figure out something to do with this corner. Oh, shh. My monkey is sleeping. He has been up playing with the turtle, and they just wore out and needed to take a nap. More adoptees that were misfits and nobody wanted. I love them all. KK, do those look familiar, those two little poodles? Just fun stuff sitting around. The rocks I have collected, a little leaf in there I thought was special, a broken snail shell. Yes, I'm a nature lover in case you didn't know that already. I think you do. This dresser here is just full of signatures that I've already made, stamps, cardboard and large paper, Christmas items. What's in this one? These are actually things I slow stitched last year for book covers, and they need to have signatures put in them and put on Etsy. I'm just basically hoarding those because I'm too lazy to put them on Etsy. I have my window here and my TV. You can't tell, but I don't want to start her because that's illegal. But Christina, I got push pause. Christina is putting together over at the shack, she is putting together a bird cage journal. And I was going to come in here and play along with her and thought before I completely demolish this workspace, I better show you guys. This is where I sit and work and video. I've got my taped up rig up here that I put my phone on. I sit here and work when Pepper allows me. And then this table has 2 file cabinets stuck under it with all the files. My files are all separated. Like I have everything for a journal in them. You know, my fairy folder, my squirrel folder, cowboy, ships, gardening, collections, clothesline, everything is in these drawers. And then this one over here has like images, things to make tags out of, you know, all that stuff in folders. It's just been the most space-saving idea was to put things in folders in these file cabinets. Then I have my little gibbles and bits I just pull out and tear up for, you know, collage and stuff like that. This section of my table is my slow stitching. I have everything in here you would need to slow stitch. I have threads and pins and little gibbles and bits that I can sew onto my projects. I have my little scrap area here that I'll be able to use for stuffing. I have my sewing, my needle book all ready to go. Could you scoot over here, sir? There's a little project I've started. I've got my scissors. I can sit here and watch TV and slow stitch. And then I have my sewing machine here, ready to go at any notice. And yeah, that is everything crammed into this 11 by 12 room. But I feel comfortable in here. I feel I don't have to worry about climate control. I don't have to worry about the dogs, you know, out in the other art room. When the dogs were done, they were bothering me. Let's go in the house, Mom. Well, I don't have to worry about it here. They can go do whatever they want whenever they want. So, yeah, this is my art room. I'm calling it Birdie's Nest. My mom used to call her little office her nest. and I thought that would be appropriate for me to call this Birdie's Nest. So that is it. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye from Birdie.